Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. So today is the third talk of my series relating to different diet plans. Today we are covering the well-known or vegan or plant-based diet plan. I'm going to talk about the benefits and disadvantages in order for you to make an informed decision as to whether this diet plan will work for you. I'm not taking the environment into consideration here. Okay, so let's start with the benefits. You will be getting high amounts of antioxidants from antioxidant-rich plants sources, such as fruit and vegetables. Antioxidants can decrease the signs of aging. You will be consuming less oxidants from non-oxidant-rich sources, such as meat products. Oxidants again can lead to cancer. If you're someone that does well on a high carb diet plan, then it will be easy to achieve a high carb intake. As, for instance, 1 cup of lentils contains 2 carb servings and only 1 protein serving. You'll be eating a lot of polyphenol-rich foods, as this you only get from plants. Some examples of this are quercetin and curcumin, or quercetin, depending on how you say it. Both things that have additional benefits on top of their normal nutritional value. Quercetin or quercetin can help to prevent or treat allergies. Curcumin again helps to reduce inflammation, which can cause cancer. Some types of cancer even respond to treatment with curcumin. Curcumin naturally occurs in the spice turmeric. In quercetin or quercetin can be found in things like onions or apples. Some plants can help to increase your liver enzymes. If you're someone that has a decrease in liver enzymes due to your genes, for example, cruciferous vegetables and grapefruit are good foods to eat to help detoxify toxins like caffeine from your body. So if you're someone that struggles to sleep after you drank a cup of coffee, then you know your liver is struggling. So try and increase those things in your diet. It will be easy to avoid unhealthy fats such as saturated fats and cholesterol, because these types of fat you only find in animal products. So you can consider this type of diet if you struggle with high cholesterol. Eating plant-based will also ensure you get in the recommended amount of fiber needed in your diet. Like I said, when I did the carb talk, it's between 25 and 35 grams. This will prevent constipation issues. Fiber is also a prebiotic, which means it feeds your good bacteria in your colon. As most of our DNA is made up of your bacteria, this is crucial to ensure you are healthy. Having predominantly good bacteria can prevent weight gain by ensuring your body craves healthy food, as it is actually the bacteria that want you to eat healthy. It prevents cancer because good bacteria will keep the bad bacteria away that can cause cancer, and it can even prevent you from smelling bad, as bad bacteria can cause a bad odor. So if you stink, you know it's bad bacteria. You need to increase the good ones. Your immune system will be better as you will be eating a lot of immune-enriching foods. And you will have good bacteria to kill the bad bacteria that causes illnesses. Now the disadvantages of following a vegan diet plan. If your genes are more inclined towards a low-carb diet plan, so if you did the DNA testing and it says you do better on a low-carb diet plan, then this will be hard to achieve on a vegan diet, as most sources are high in carbs, like I said. 1 chicken breast contains no carbs. But 1 cup of lentils contain 2 units of carbs, which is equal to about 2 slices of bread in energy. You will struggle to eat enough protein as 1 cup of lentils only contain 1 serving of protein, whereas 1 chicken breast contains 3 servings of protein. So you will need to eat 3 cups of lentils to eat enough protein to make up 1 chicken breast. So just think of the extra carbs that you are going to get in with that protein if you eat only lentils. It will then be easier to add a vegan protein shake to make up for that extra protein. Now, the type of protein that you get from plants are not in the same quantities as the animal sources. For example, you can never get all your essential proteins from only 1 plant source. So you can never get all your essential proteins from 1 plant source, so you have to mix your protein sources to get all your essential proteins. You will also need to take in extra amino acids, as your plants won't be high enough in some of those. One such protein, for example, is whey protein, derived from milk. It can significantly decrease your body weight and your body fat and increase your lean body mass when combined with resistance training, as it is very high in BCAAs. BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. It can also help with recovery during an injury due to it increasing your muscle satellite cells. These satellite cells, or stem cells, are essential for muscle regeneration. So your muscles and tendons will be repaired much faster if you drink milk. Now, when we look at the micronutrients in plants, some of the major ones that are different will be your iron, your vitamin B12, calcium and vitamin D, and omega-3s. These are all micronutrients which can help in exercise performance. So I'm going to break them down and just go a little bit into each of them and explain why they are not the same as the plants. Okay, so the first one is iron. The type of iron differs from plants to animals. For instance, the type of iron in plants are insoluble ferric, non-Hem, and in Fe3+ form. In meat, it is bound to a Hem molecule and an absorbable ferrous Fe2+ form. This means your plant iron can't be absorbed without your stomach acids, which will first change the Fe3+ to a Fe2+. This can only occur if you have enough stomach acid. If you are someone who exercises a lot, your cortisol levels or stress hormone can be elevated, which mean your digestive enzymes takes the punch. Our digestive enzymes will thus be decreased or less, so your iron will struggle to absorb because you will have less digestive enzymes. We require iron to make more hemoglobin, which transports oxygen to our muscles. So without this, we won't be very good athletes. So that's why this is very important. So you can take an additional iron supplement if you are vegan. That's maybe a good idea. And now the next thing, vitamin B12. You only get this vitamin in soil or in animal food sources, as the animals, their gut bacteria actually make vitamin B12. So when ingested, vitamin B12 also needs your stomach acids to be absorbed, as it also binds to a molecule. It helps to make healthy blood cells, but also helps to maintain your nerves. So unless you want to become paralyzed, you should take a supplement if you want to follow a vegan diet. So some vegans actually do end up in hospital if they don't take this, and then they get injected with a vitamin B12 supplement, and then after a week or 2 weeks they're fine again. But you don't want to end up there. It's not a good idea. And then some people also have a gene called the MTHFR gene, which causes them to naturally need more vitamin B12 than others. And if they don't get enough, they produce more homocysteine, which can give you a heart attack. So you don't just get heart attacks from cholesterol, you can get it from a deficiency as well. Now let's look at calcium and vitamin D. So nowadays there are a lot of vegan alternatives for calcium-rich foods. For instance, almond, rice, oat, hemp, and soya milk. All these alternatives has been fortified with additional vitamins and minerals. We just have to remember that many plant-based foods also contain things like oxalates and phytates, which decrease the bioavailability of calcium. This means it will interfere with your body's ability to actually absorb the calcium. So although the quantity is exactly the same in the food, you might absorb less, so you might need to eat more of that food. Similarly, like people who drink tea or coffee close to mealtime will also absorb less nutrients from their food, because coffee contains oxalates. Now, some studies have found that vegans have 12% less bone mineral density than omnivores. Therefore, I would recommend taking a calcium supplement if you follow a vegan diet. Another nutrient to consider here is vitamin D. Your body cannot absorb calcium without the vitamin D. And because we are indoors so much at the moment, it is getting winter, and most vitamin D food sources are things like eggs, egg yellow, and liver. A vitamin D supplement is also recommended. So take approximately 4,000 IU vitamin D per day. And just a reminder here, vitamin D can protect you against viruses such as the corona. So don't budge on your vitamin D. Now let's work out our calcium together. So I'm just going to show you a table of the recommended, the RDA of calcium per day on the screen. I think it's this one. It's just busy loading. So yes, there it is. So for between 90 and 50 years, that will approximately be most people watching, it's between 1,000 and 2,000 milligrams per day calcium. So if you're a woman, try and go closer to 2,500 milligram, or if you're someone that don't do a lot of impact exercise to prevent stuff like osteoporosis later on. Now I'm going to show you also a table of the calcium in milk versus calcium in substitute products like other dairy products, so that you can just see the differences in those. So this is the calcium content in milk. So it shows you that skim milk has about 122 milligram per 100 gram. And then whole milk has 113, because obviously whole milk will have more fat with it, so that's why the calcium content will be less, just the overall amount. And then let's look at other substitute products for milk. So almond milk is about 188. Another one that's quite well known, rice milk, is about 118. So as you can see, it's about the same content of calcium as the normal milk, but your absorption might be less. So you might need to drink more of this milk to get the same absorption of normal milk. And then I'm just going to put on the nutritional composition of these different calcium substitutes. So as you can see, the protein is a lot less in rice and almond milk, where soya milk is very close to normal milk. And then the fat content is about the same, and the carb content in rice milk is very high. So if you look at these different quantities, soya milk is the one that's closest to normal milk. So if you have want a substitute, a vegan substitute, soy milk would normally be the best alternative, except if maybe you have an allergy for soy milk, then you can try one of the other ones. Just make sure that if you choose one of them, then you add your protein much higher in your diet to make up for the decreased protein in that milk. And then your calcium, like I said, is about the same, and your nutrients is about the same, because they fortified the milk, so they added the extra nutrients to those substitutes so that you don't get deficiencies. I will share the nutritional content on my Instagram page, and then I will also share the nutritional calcium content of vegan foods or fruit and vegetables, so that you can make sure that you get your RDA. You can work it out. You can add all of those foods together that you ate per day, make sure that it's between 1,000 and 2,500 milligram, if you are following vegan or not. Okay, so the next thing that I want to speak about is omega-3s, as this can also be an issue in a vegan diet, as cold water fish is a very good source of your omega-3s. Omega-3s is important because it helps prevent heart attacks and it preserves your memory. It actually helps you to build more memories. You do get plant sources, which is good, such as kelp and other microalgae supplements. So you should have an omega-3 supplement if you are vegan. So just in conclusion, vegan or plant-based diets can be a good thing if you do it properly and know how to complement your proteins in order to get all your amino acids in one day. You should also know which additional micronutrients to take and have the finances to do so, because all of this can get expensive. It can be a good diet to follow if you have a family history of cancer or struggle with allergies. So I suggest do a genetic test to find out what type of diet will suit you best, get the proper advice as to how to set up your diet plan, and you can see amazing results. Do you guys have any questions regarding vegan diets today? I made myself a nice juice because this is the way that I feel I can get most of my micronutrients and plants in per day, is just to drink them, because I can't eat so much. The next week I will speak about the following type of diet. I think it's going to be about fasting type of diet plans, like intermittent fasting, water-based diets, those kinds of things. But if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Otherwise, I'll see you next week, and then we can talk about those. I will share all of these things on my Instagram account. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day further.